Good morning from snowy Bettendorf, Iowa on my remote setup. How are you doing? And I'll tell you how the markets are doing. Of course, we have Connor B in the show. Connor B, come on in. Let's not waste time. I got a breaking news headline from Bloomberg. I'm going to read it to you.
Hit me.
Ex-Tyson Food CEO Dean Banks to lead farm tech startup Indigo. That just popped up. What do you think of that, buddy?
Interesting. I mean, I don't know much about it, but to go from Tyson, right, a cornerstone in the food service that industry, to a startup with a lot of, we talked a lot about Indigo, right? The past how long has it been? 3-4 years. Interesting move. They must have really I'm sure that paycheck wasn't small to get him to make that jump.
Well, there's a lot of money floating around in ag startups now. You and I
There
talk,
is.
and I hate to gossip or be a jerk, but let's just do it. Remember all these software companies that were bought for
Oh
multiple
yeah.
hundreds of millions, then sold back for a few million? I
Yeah.
can't get that through my. I can't stop thinking about that. I go to the trade shows. We'll be at the trade show tomorrow at Farm Futures here in Iowa City. But we go to these trade shows, and everyone's got the newest, greatest thing. Let me tell you about the original, greatest thing. Number one, owning land. Number two, being awesome at growing bushels. And number three, not forgetting to sell them. And with those three things, it's like the fitness trainer who tells you you want to get in shape, put the fork down, right? It's not a new concept. Now, don't take any weight loss advice from me. Futures and options have risk, and taking weight loss from me does too. Let's get in the show. What's the nuts and bolts of this bad boy?
Absolutely. 2024, another weaker day. We got corn down, beans down, March beans down 7. Article by Reuters. They had a couple fun tidbits I'm going to read off for you, Tommy. In 2024, soybeans so far have shed over 4% of the futures price. That is the biggest drop we've seen since 1984, right? So we are talking historic weakness for 2024. Not a good start for soybeans. So,
Mm-mm.
other one we have is where am I at here? Since we bottomed out
I'll
at
do this one.
1236.
Want me to get this one?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, I like this because it's either this is it doesn't seem like a big deal, but this is a real big deal. Since October 31st, when you lost your crop insurance level, March corn futures have dropped 8%. Big thanks to Brian Basting for putting that out to us this morning. No big deal. You lose 8%. But wait, there's more. The average operating note in Ag America is plus 8%. So not only did you lose 8%, but you paid 8% to do it. So if I went to you or your family or relative and said, hey, I got a great investment for you. I want you to borrow money at 8%, put it in this thingy and lose 8%. They would probably chase me out of your house with a shotgun. But every single American farmer holding corn right now just did that. And that's the thing. When we had those comments yesterday, and we always welcome comments. Remember that person who said, oh, you predicted this? I didn't predict anything. I just understand math, and I have a pencil on my desk. This is a pencil. And
And
we
add another
cranked them
layer.
out.
Yeah,
Go
add
ahead.
another layer to that, Tommy. 8% drop, 8% interest. What if we're storing it in the elevator, right? I'm going to call that 5%. So 8% drop, 8% interest, 5% in storage, right? That's not a winning yeah, put the pencil to that and add all those interest steps.
Yeah, we have a question from Mr. Brady Huck. Big shout out to Brady Huck. Love that kid. Big bear hug for Brady Huck. Brady Huck's out making sure that you can have beef on your table. He is dressed up like an Eskimo chasing cattle
I
around in a blizzard
I
in
shouldn't
Kansas.
tell him.
Brady Huck.
I'm in the rain part, right? I'm a little bit farther south. Brady sent a few pictures this morning. He is definitely not in the rain part. He is getting
No.
copious amounts of snow.
And out my window, I can see the Mississippi River. And although this moisture's nice, I don't know it's going to be enough. Brady Huck, Tommy, what are you talking about at Farm Futures? That's interesting, Brady. I'm talking about the history of media and how that affects farmers and people out there, and how media and ag has changed. We're going to tie that into AI and then talk about, how do you think farmers will be receiving information 5 years from now? And overall, there's a nice quote. I'll say it in a second. You talk for 1 second, and I want to get this quote. I do want to get this. This is important. So,
Okay.
uh,
I'll jump right in. Couple headlines we have. We got Brazil, South America planning progress was out yesterday. Pull that up, Joe. My bad. Soybean planting 98.96%, all but complete. Last year we were at 98.9, right? So let's call that soybeans are completely planted. Here's the fun one to look at: soybean harvest, right? We're at 0.6%, meaning we've just started harvesting soybeans. Last year we were at 0.3%. So basically the same thing. And just to add a little color to that, harvest has really only started significantly in Mato Grosso, Parana, Sao Paulo, like central northern Brazil is where they've started harvesting the soybeans. Corn planting in Brazil, 84% versus 98.9%. You got that quote, Tommy?
I do. And to the 40 people watching, thanks for watching. This is important. This is what ATI ProMedia is about. This is what advanced trading's been trying to help people with for years. But Mr. Rick, producer Rick back there, sent me a video to watch, and I wanted to say it right. We are drowning in information while starving for wisdom. That is what ATI ProMedia is about. We are drowning in information. YouTube shorts, TikToks, Instagram, gossip, this, that, news wires, pay for service, this, everything else. Where is the wisdom? And as these markets go down, and you and I deep dive into corn here, we're going to talk about that real quick. Markets have rallied a lot. I have the quotes up. I have the charts up. Corn's unchanged. Beans down 4. Nice little rally in wheat. Wheat up 10. KC wheat up 12. Seeing some strength in the feeders and the cattle. Hogs up 150. They need help. Gold up. Big selling in stock market. Dow down 300. NASDAQ down 100. Let's get into the charts. Connor B., you tell me what to do. You say please and thank you, and I will click away.
Let's do it. We got a comment here, Tommy. Tommy, is spring wheat ever going to rally?
It's rallying today, Robert. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for watching the show. It's up 10 cents. We're going to need about another 5-10 days of up 10 cents to get farmers interested in the selling. The whole American farmer population, world population, has the same problem. My phone's lit up yesterday. I sent a call to action text saying, I don't want to tell you what I said because I'd like you to be a client if you'd like to hear what I say. But nonetheless, I wish all of you could have listened to the calls that you gave myself, my brother, our firm. This is embarrassing, but every single call was about the same. I thought we were going to rally. It was dry in Iowa. I thought it's the same. Whoever is programming this with all, we're drowning in information, but we're missing in wisdom. Everybody's getting the same information, but in this case, I think it was wrong, or that it was skewed to you know, asking your mom, how do you look? She's always going to tell you you're the cutest kid in the world. You are, Connor. I'm sure your mom lied to you growing up. Get your confidence up. Connor's so cute. Let's look at some charts that aren't so cute. You ready for that?
Yeah, I wasn't ready to be called cute on this show either, but let's do it.
You
So
are.
let's
And
jump right into it.
all right.
So, and I think,
Are
here
you
we
blushing?
go. A little bit,
All right.
Tommy. Anyway, this is just to add color along with Brazil planning harvest. Let's look at what export inspections, what we're shipping out of the United States. And as we can see, we're right along what we've done the past 2 years, if not a little behind on corn. Soybeans, Tommy, is the one that I really think adds some color. As you can see, purple line is what we're doing this year. And we're going toward that cliff where the export market really shifts to South America, right? And we're right on that precipice. And as you can see, we're trailing the past couple of years significantly when we look at those export inspections. Now, past couple of years, we have seen a little spike in January, right? Maybe we'll start getting some flash sales. I can't remember the last time we've announced one of those, but we are trailing for the past couple of years on the inspection and soybean shipments. And wheat, not much. Wheat has been a little bit above, but decently in line with where we've been historically. Any color you want to add to that, Tommy?
Nope. Let's get into the charts.
Yep, let's do it. Last thing, this is one screenshot look. This is CONAB USDA estimates for South America, Brazil. Let's keep moving. We'll talk about a report we have Friday on another show. Let's move into the charts, Tommy.
Absolutely. And of course, if you want any of these numbers, we can get them to you. Email us, call us, Joel, pop that up. These 24, sir. This is a daily. We've come a long way. We're at about call it 490, right? And we do have a comment. Joe can pull it up. It's from Farmer Brett. Yeah, someone tell me how long before corn hits $5 again. Farmer Brett, what month? You have to be specific.
When do
March
you want
May?
it, Brett? We'll see what we can do. You want it for March or December or?
Yeah, we'll put your order in. I understand what he's saying, and what he is saying, without being sarcastic or condescending, is any market, when we stay above it for so long, you just get comfortable with that. And so we were all comfortable that D24 was above $5. Once we go down below $5, something changed psychology where you're like, if you had no interest in selling $5 corn ever. Once we trade below it 13, 15 cents, you say, boy, if we get to $5, I'm going to be a seller of corn.
Absolutely.
And that's what happens. There's a lot of psychology when you talk to markets and marketing. There's a lot of psychology that goes into it. D24 corn's a little ugly. The meats and bolts of the nuts and bolts, not the meat. I'm thinking about Brady and cattle. D25 corn. This is are people hedging D25? Not so much. I do have some clients who have this on, but go ahead.
Where are we at? D25, it looks like we're 490, 491. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
491. And I think, when I start 25, and maybe we look at 26 too, Tommy, while we're talking about it, it's a little bit, let's look at the shift. The past 3-4 years, right? We've had shorter carryouts. And then when we see that, when we see the inverted market, the big numbers, the function of the market is to make sure we got enough corn, soybeans, wheat, right, to curb that demand and correct that. And so if we're looking, I was reading our fundamental review that the research team puts out, and I was looking at their 24 estimate carryout. It's a really big number if we hold some trend line yields, Tommy, right? I think it's a 2.6, 2.7. And so when, that's where I'm looking at, if we get into those big carry markets, that's when we should start looking at 25, 26. So with that being said, here's D's 26, and we're sitting at 477. Right. So, go ahead.
Well, you said before the show, if we look at D26, what's the actionable event? The actionable event is this. If you are out of control on D23, whether you use futures options or not, cash sellers, you hate futures and options, whatever. You're a farmer, you own dirt, you grow grain, you need to sell it. If you don't have 23 in control, how the heck can we talk about 26? But what I need to get you mentally prepared for is that once you get 23 under control, you can move to 24. The United States government's going to help you do that during the month of February with crop insurance. Once you have 23 under control, 24 under control, you could think about 25. What I want to get you mentally prepared for is that D's 26 has had a significant break from 511 down to 477. And it's not just, farmer Brett's asking, when's March corn going back to 5? What year? And because the chart damage on all these contracts, we're looking at 1,000 days away of corn has broke 40 cents, 30 cents off the high, and that's money coming out. Now, we have no idea what your cost production or anything else will be, but I want to get you mentally prepared as we come into this crop report. Say we went limit up, we still won't be $5 corn in many of the futures and options, and that's a serious problem. Back to you, sir.
Yeah. Unbelievable. When did we stop? We saw $5 corn as soon. Did we see it late January or late December? I mean, Tommy,
in our traditional March.
No, for 26. Just looking at that chart. When did the drop? Was it December or was it
the last day we were at? There was December 15th around us when we really rolled over, and we started to roll over from 511 to 5, and then 5 down to 477 was December 15th. So about 20 some days ago.
Gotcha. Well, Tommy, we went long. Good stuff. I'm sure you need to go start prepping for some speaking. Have a great time. Stay warm. Everyone, if you feel free to contact us, follow us, doing this every day. YouTube, you can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Give us a call, send us an email. And Tommy, I will see you tomorrow.
See you, brother. To the 50 people watching, thank you.
Thanks for joining us. We're here every day, 9 a.m. Central. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.